Louisiana, you guys have a reputation for a couple things, all right? One, you throw a really great party. And I want to tell you, you guys were excellent hosts. New Orleans for our national organization, our national conference. We had a great time. It was, you guys were an awesome host. We had good representation from Louisiana, so that was great. The other thing you're known for is really for being a strong group of people that can face adversity and rise to that challenge and come out stronger. And you've done it time and time again, and you showed that again in these last few years. What I see in this room today, the fact that you've taken the time to be here, to invest in yourselves and invest in your organizations, to make yourselves stronger and have even greater impact on youth communities is phenomenal, and it's really exciting stuff. From a regional standpoint, you were really involved this year. Our Southeast Leadership Conference, we had a great chair and leadership from Jerry Prejean here in Acadiana, so that was great. From a national standpoint also, the Professional Association awarded your own Pat Van Berkeley with Executive Professional of the Year, and Jerry Prejean, CEO of the year. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Thomas and Boys and Girls Clubs of Acadiana for your leadership in the area council and what you've done to see the excitement, the momentum, the growth that we've had here is phenomenal. So thank you for your leadership. I just want to take a few minutes of your time to share with you a little bit from a vision standpoint of where we're going as a movement and give you an update. First I would say that you guys have heard it for a while now, but the formula for impact, that we want to have a great impact in the lives of kids is alive and well, and you guys have embraced that. From a movement standpoint, our vision is to create this world-class club experience where every youth that walks through our doors is on a path to succeed, is going to graduate high school, going to live a healthy lifestyle, and have good character and citizenship. And to help us all embrace that, we've been messaging that and asked you all to, as boards, to formally adopt that and put your yes on the table that that's what we want to do. We want to have this great impact in the lives of kids. And you all have done that. The next thing we talked about was to do that, we have to be able to measure and articulate the difference we're making in the lives of kids. Greg spoke this morning, and he made a great point that when you think about the brand, people know who we are. They really do. We've done a great job of getting our, this is who we are. But what we do is not as well known. And so we have to do a better job of making sure we let people know, here's the difference we're making in the lives of youth. And so if we're all committed and following that formula for impact, and you heard the senator talk about everybody getting behind a common message and we're all moving in the same direction, we can have that impact. But we as boards, as organizations, have to be able to articulate that, and it starts with measurement. So, hopefully you all have a measurement strategy in place. You're measuring these key indicators so that you can share with your communities the investment you're making in your community through the Boys and Girls Club is making a difference, and here's how. And I believe that if we tell that message, that everybody in the community is going to see we're the best investment in town, and they're going to get behind us and support us. Next, we wanted to continue to grow the movement. So while we did want to have deep and lasting impact in the lives of kids, we still believe that every community deserves a Boys and Girls Club. And so growth is still something that we want to do, but we want to do it strategically. So one of the things we're doing as our national staff coming and talking to you is saying, let's look at your existing facilities. Okay, our most cost-effective way to grow is within our own walls. So where are we at? What capacity are we with clubs? What's our ADA, and what can we do to continue to get more kids coming in our clubs? And last year, in 2011, we showed an uptick. We've been on a pretty sharp decline in ADA. We had a 2% increase last year. So the work you're doing in getting kids into our clubs is working. And so we definitely grew. And we don't want to just grow for growth's sake. The reason we have them come in our doors, we can have the best facilities, the best staff, the best programs in the world. But if kids aren't coming, we're not going to have impact. We're not going to make a difference. So getting them there is one thing, but then getting them to come more frequently is the second thing. If we're going to have our impact, research shows that if a child comes as few as 52 visits a year. And we'd say 2 to 3 times a week, we're going to have our desired impact and reach those outcomes. So what are we doing as organizations to have a strategy in place to ensure that a larger percentage of our members are coming 3 times a week? All right, so that's something we have to continue to focus on. The other thing we wanted to do was to increase organizational capabilities. So we know that if we're going to have this impact, we have to really have the strongest, most vibrant organizations that we can. And as a movement, we came out with those key performance indicators and started presenting your organizations with an organizational scorecard. So hopefully you had a chance to meet with your regional service director, either Chet or Clyde, to come in and have a conversation with you and your board around these key performance indicators. For us to say, if we're really going to make a difference, how can we at Boys and Girls Club of America partner with you so you have the greatest impact on most kids and communities? So I encourage you as board members to adopt those, look at those metrics and have them as yours. Create a dashboard where you're looking at them every month in your board meetings. And if you do that, you will make the change and have the impact you want. We also wanted to build our collective brand and increase fundraising. And so this year, we had our Great Future Start Here that's come out, and the Blue Door. Everybody heard of the Blue Door, sing the Blue Door? It's been well embraced all around the country. People are really gravitating toward it. And if you hadn't had a chance to look at the materials that's available to you and how you can integrate that into your marketing, please do that. On the fundraising side, we're continuing to push that our greatest long-term sustainable source of funds is from individuals. I think if you look at the funding pie, private sector increased 9% last year, which is great. The amount of dollars that individuals gave as a whole was up 2.5%, which is about $7.5 billion. And that's where we've got to tell that great story we have, is in that area. And Greg talked very well this morning about those dollars are there. Folks are still giving, but they're more focused. They have an investor's mentality. They're looking at where can these dollars make the greatest difference. And we know they make the difference in Boys and Girls Club. Our job is to help them see that. And then we've also started a major gifts initiative. So how can we continue to increase that giving and get larger gifts that hopefully lead to planned gifts in the long run that leave a legacy with our organizations. And then finally, child safety. And Greg talked about it this morning as well. That's also a major priority for us. And our membership requirements changed a little bit this year to where we added that we will do name-based or fingerprint national search on that for every staff person and volunteer that has repetitive contact with kids, that'll be done on a minimum of every 12 months. And Greg talked about the relationship we have with LexisNexis and the great pricing we have, so I encourage you to definitely look into that and embrace that. We also want a national sex offender registry search. Penn State has hopefully taught us all that we can never be too diligent in protecting our youth. And that's one way we can do that. And then finally, doing a national criminal search. So again, on behalf of the organization, national organization, I thank you for what you do. I want to take this opportunity to thank Chet Nichols. It's my honor to work with him. It's one individual that bleeds blue. He understands, loves, embraces Boys and Girls Clubs. Every conversation he has with you will tie to mission and what we're doing for kids. And I've learned a lot from you, Chet, over the last 2 years we've worked together. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a graduate of University of Tennessee and Chet lives there. But you've got a great regional service director, and hopefully you are utilizing him and partnering with him to help you become stronger. If there's any requests, I'm happy to sing Rocky Top before I sit down. I'll do it. None? All right. Well, thank you, and have a great